Hi, Rachel here, nutrition counselor with Optimal Wellness. So some of you may be wondering why it is that we offer nutrition counseling, or what's the difference between a nutrition counselor and a nutrition coach and a dietitian. There's a lot of different terms out there, a lot of things that get thrown around on the internet, so today we're just going to break it down and help simplify it a little bit. Nutrition counselors and coaches, we're basically the same. They're interchangeable terms that kind of vary based off of where you practice at. In our position, we sometimes will refer people to registered dietitians, who I like to call the surgeons of the nutrition world, because they have a highly specialized training and can deal with things that would be beyond my scope of practice. And occasionally those things do come up. It's great if you start working with somebody, and it's also great if they can admit that they don't know everything. So, what is a nutrition counselor? So for me, nutrition counseling means that I'm here to help you identify what it is that will help you make changes. Also, I'm here to help keep yourself accountable. Have you ever found a great weight loss program on Pinterest, or maybe your sister called you up and said, hey, I have this thing that I'm gonna do, will you do it with me? And you're like, yeah, let's do it. And then 2 weeks later, somebody fizzles out and the other person doesn't wanna say, hey, you didn't work out. Hey, you didn't text me that you were, eating your macros, or I don't know, just whatever. Whatever it is, the program, somebody usually stops doing it, and nobody wants to keep the other person accountable. So in a situation like that, and that happens to most of us, honestly, I've done it. I know a lot of people have done it with me. But it is important to have somebody outside that intimate circle that can sit there and really provide perspective on your situation, and also help you evaluate your scenario. Sometimes you're working really hard and things just are not happening for you. You're not seeing results that you want, and it might come down to something that you hadn't considered. So having someone who's trained in recognizing those things is very helpful to your success and your progress. Now, another thing is that we help you set realistic and attainable goals. You might say, you want to be Mr. Universe. That's great, but if you spend 10 hours a day working on a computer, but you're not willing to give that up, then we might want to adjust your expectation or your goal. So that's a real extreme scenario. We would want to sit down and talk about it. And that's probably the most important part of my job, is just listening to where you're at, where you would like to be, and what you're willing to do to get there. Now, for me, my personal goal with all of our patients is really just to help inspire. I really enjoy seeing people have this fire lit inside them that really just helps them love the foods that are going to love them back for the long haul. This is about longevity. It's about lifestyle change, about building habits. And you need to be able to build a relationship with somebody and work that relationship over time, just like any other interaction you have with people. It takes time, and a lot of times we don't have the benefit of that if we're working with just a really simple break it down in 30 days kind of thing. You might need somebody really intensely in the beginning, but then also not so much towards the point where you start to get a handle on things, but you still would want to have someone that you can trust to refer back to and say, hey, this is starting to come up and I don't know what's going on. Well, I can sit down with you, we can go over what's happening, what kind of habits are coming in, if something's slipping that you hadn't realized. It could be as simple as like drinking more water, and then all of a sudden something changed in your life and you need more fluids. This can happen, this can come up, and it might just evade your notice. So those are just a few of the reasons why we do offer nutrition counseling. The other thing is that we offer a pretty, I wouldn't say strict, but a pretty concise program here called 8 Weeks to Wellness. And with 8 Weeks to Wellness, nutrition is a big component. It embodies chiropractic adjustments, massage therapy, personal training, nutrition, and supplementation. And all of those things, and mindfulness as well. That's probably one of the most important aspects, is the mindfulness. But all these things work together, and we work together here as a team in order to support those goals. And we don't want to just leave you hanging like, oh, hey, just go search the internet for healthy recipes. That wouldn't be fair to you. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to operate as your nutrition counselor to help you work through questions that you might have while working the 8 Weeks to Wellness program. And if you have any more questions about that, give us a call, 316-425-1911. And of course, as always, like, comment, and share on our Facebook page. Follow us if you want to keep up with our events. We have a monthly nutrition class I look forward to hearing how some of these things are working for you guys, or that it's clarifying things for you as well. Thanks so much for your time.